So now we're in the book in the part where Edna leaves her house and decides to move to the pigeon house. So one of the most influential persons during her move was Alcee Arobin, who was always there with her, helping her to move, and he was always after Edna, since the Jockey Club, as we knew. So once in her house, he like stays with her at night, and in the beginning, like they were seeing their eyes, and they were like flirting to each other until in a moment in page 156, as he says, they kiss, and she says that it was the first kiss of her life to which her nature had really responded. It was flaming torch that kindled desire. So now we can see a little bit more about Edna's desires, that it clearly states that she was not happy with Mr. Pontellier. That like she didn't actually love Arobin, but she actually she really liked that he kissed her. Moreover, after the dinner she did after her move, he stays one night after she walked her home, and he says good, and he's going to say goodbye. But instead, he did not answer except to continue to caress her. Now that he sees that she liked him that he was caressing her, he did not say goodnight until she had become supple to his gentle, seductive entreaties. So we can actually see that Edna is now a new, different kind of Edna, and Edna that is free from her husband, but now is free to experience more of her desires with other men, in this case, Arobin. However, Robert appears, he recently appears from Mexico, and it's kind of awkward the situation, because they don't at first they're all cold to each other, but then they are honest again to each other, and they say they love each other and how they miss them. And well, Edna was kind of jealous about the Mexican girl they had mentioned, and Arobin too. But then they kiss too. But then Edna has to leave because her friend Adele is giving birth to one of her children. Adele makes Edna realize a moment about her children, about the children she left back to her grandfather, to the grandparents, and then when she gets back to the pigeon house, there's a note from Robert who says that goodbye because I love you. So Edna says that she grew faint when she read the words, but then we can realize that Robert didn't see her, loved her, but even so he loves her, he's not willing to go with her in her social outcast, because now Edna is more like a social outcast in her pigeon house. And even so, she also treated really bad Mr. Pontellier, because after the dinner she said oh no, we should leave the bill to Mr. Pontellier, and she actually didn't care about what her husband thinks. But even so, she turned into a social outcast, but no one was willing to help her in that. Not even Mademoiselle Reisz, who she was also a social outcast, but the difference was that she was a courageous social outcaster. So after she starts growing, all her hopes fainted, and in the end she just goes back to the beach where it all began, the great part of her awakening, and she decides that she's no longer free, even though she cannot have Robert, and that Robert will not follow her, and that her children are not part of her life anymore. So in the end, what she just did was to swim away and just never come back.